There is a lot going on in politics right now, so it's a perfect time for another edition of Unspun. Joining us is our political experts, Mike Browne, Deputy Director of Better Wisconsin Together, and Rusty Schultz from Platform Communications. Thanks so much for being with us today. A lot going on. We're going to start statewide. The big State of the State address is going on tonight. Mike, I'll start with you. What are you expecting out of this speech? It's kind of a big setup for the governor's biennial budget coming up.
Right. You know, the State of the State is an opportunity for governors to use the bully pulpit to lay out in broad outlines some priorities for the coming year and to take credit for successes of the administration. I think we will see both of those things from Governor Evers tonight. Obviously, he has some good news to deliver. Tax burden is down, jobs are up, wages are up, and there's a significant state surplus sitting in Madison. I think we will also see him start to lay out some priorities for the upcoming session. Already today, we've seen him preview things like additional funding for mental health for kids, efforts to lower prescription drug costs, and other economic measures, which, you know, I think that is showing that the governor has really been listening to what the people of Wisconsin are asking for. I think we've also seen him thus far this session start to call out some of the Republican obstruction that has been a feature of politics for the last several sessions. And I think we will see more of that. We'll see the governor calling for Republicans to get on board with him and an agenda that works for the people of Wisconsin. I would say, you know, Republicans continue with the obstruction at their own peril. They had significant losses in the legislature this last time around.
You agree? You expect to hear a lot of that?
I am optimistic, but I am fearful we're not going to hear a lot of unity. This is Wisconsin with divided government, and it takes two to tango to pass the state budget. And Mike notes there's a historic $4 billion surplus right now that the state is sitting on, and there's no agreement in sight, I think, between the governor and Republican lawmakers about how they should be spending that. I think tonight what we'll hear from Governor Evers, frankly, is a lot of platitudes about how we should be growing government, how we should be increasing spending, where Republicans are more concerned about getting that $4 billion surplus back to taxpayers. So I think that's a key thing to be watching for tonight.
Let's go national for a minute. Obviously, we've sworn a new president this week. What have you seen in the first few days? Even it started as a flurry in the first few hours of the new Trump administration.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all remember what it was like to be a first day student in a freshman year, right? Well, what I think we saw from Donald Trump was his first day of school as a sophomore. He hit the ground running. He knew what he wanted to do, made a lot of promises on that campaign trail that he's fulfilling in short order. You know, he is talking about securing the border. He's talking about making investments in America and getting our country back on track. And I think he's off to a hot start in doing so far.
Yeah. Were you surprised by the start?
You know, I would say episode 2 looks a lot like episode 1. We're seeing already that, you know, the headline is more important than the policy. We're seeing, you know, the bullying, the bluster that we've seen before. I think when you take a deeper look, you know, there are some outrages. Pardoning people who were involved in the violent and deadly January 6th insurrection. I think that also creates some problems for Republicans. We are seeing things like a blatantly illegal executive order trying to undermine birthright citizenship, other measures on immigration that I think are going to cause great harm to members of our communities. And then we're also seeing the traditional, you know, kind of giveaways to corporate special interests. When you look at some of the energy things that are happening, you know, we're not talking about lowering gas prices. We're talking about allowing big oil to do whatever it is they want.
I want to go real quick because we're running out of time, but with the inauguration of Trump, how does that change politics here in Wisconsin, if at all?
I look at that as exactly what we've been talking about with Donald Trump. He knows how to make news. He's a showman, and that takes a lot of oxygen out of the room. And I think he's been given a mandate to go and carry forward on a lot of these things. So if I'm Tony Evers, I'm kind of grasping for straws, trying to get through and make attention for myself.
Feel that way?
I think elections have gone very poorly in midterms for people who are not named Donald Trump. I think a lot of this chaos is going to hurt Republicans when they come to the midterms, because people want action on issues that they care about, not this sideshow.
All right, gentlemen, thanks for the knowledge. As always, we appreciate it.